Modern Horizons is one of the most absurd sets to be printed for Magic the Gathering in recent memory. We have a lot to talk about today, including some of the best Commander cards ever, fixed versions of broken cards, and our exclusive Modern Horizons preview mixed in there somewhere. I do hope you enjoyed this Modern Horizons preview video, and if you do, remember, hit that like button, helps out a lot. Generous Gift is 3 mana for an instant. Destroy target permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 green elephant creature token. This card is the white Beast Within, and that says a lot considering Beast Within is so dang popular and powerful. We can expect to see this in Commander forever for a few reasons. First, it still says destroy target permanent, so you can hit lands with it. That's gross. Second, this is just great unconditional removal. Some decks that play white don't play green. I know, crazy. But Generous Gift allows for a more targeted approach to dealing with nonsense. Something that aggro, mid-range, control, and combo players alike can get behind. Solid card, guaranteed staple. Ranger Captain of Eos is one of anything and 2 white for a 3/3 human soldier. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost 1 or less, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. You can also sacrifice the Ranger, and your opponents can't cast non-creature spells this turn, because Ranger of Eos just wasn't beefy enough, right? Not only does this tutor Noble Hierarch and Champion of the Parish for you, which are some of the best targets for this in Modern, but it also gives you blanket protection when you need it most, and it gets hit by collected company, and it's a human. So I mean, we're talking about a card that has so much versatility, it's basically smacking you in the face with how playable it is. Dumb card. This card is dumb in Modern. Giver of Runes is 1 white mana for a 1/2 core cleric. You can tap burn another target creature you control gains protection from colorless or from the color of your choice until end of turn. Oh hey everyone, look, this is a 1 mana creature that can be tutored for with Ranger Captain of Eos. Is someone remaking Soul Sisters? Should we just hoard Sarah Ascendants now or later? Mother of Runes is infamously strong and has been one of the most popular cards in Magic for years. Giver of Runes might as well be Daughter of Runes. Exceptionally strong and very much the same way. I expect to see this card in Modern quite a bit as it protects a creature from any color or colorless. It can be tutored easily, and this isn't even including her obvious Commander play potential in white creature-based strategies. Think Gaddock Teeg or 8.5 Tails. Quite a strong card, even though it might not look it at first glance. Sisa, Weatherlight Captain, is 2 of anything and 1 white for a 2/2 legendary creature human soldier. Sisa gets +1/+1 for each color among other legendary permanents you control. You can also pay 1 of each color to search your library for a legendary permanent card with converted mana cost less than Sisa's power. Put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. What in the 7 kingdoms is this? Infinitely better than Captain Sisa, the original as far as I'm concerned. Wooburr color identity, buffs herself for her ability, and puts the permanents on the battlefield, not even in the hand, on the battlefield. She's the perfect commander. She's cheap, can hit the battlefield as a 7/7 potentially, buffs herself to do it, has rainbow color identity, doesn't need a tap to activate the ability, tutors for something, and it hits the battlefield. Say hello to literally the perfect commander in the history of the format. Wow. Ursa, Lord High Artificer, is 2 of anything and 2 blue for a 1/4 legendary creature human artificer. Wait, an actual Ursa card? What in the heck? Alright, let's just read it. When Ursa enters the battlefield, create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token with. This creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. You can tap an untapped artifact you control to add 1 blue. You can also pay 5 mana to shuffle your library, then exile the top card. Until end of turn, you may play that card without paying its mana cost. Really? Really? This is difficult to put in a words, but Ursa is just absolutely, without a doubt, one of the most broken cards we've seen in the entire game for this entire format in the last, I don't know, like 80 decades. Ursa brings a myriad of abilities with him. First, bare minimum, he creates a 1/1 that immediately fuels his second ability, which is basically a fair Tolarian Academy, and even then, still pretty unfair. And if that wasn't enough, Ursa literally gets Mind's Desire on a stick. For mana of any color or no color at all, without even needing to tap, Ursa gets to cast one of the strongest cards ever printed. Don't get this twisted, Ursa's bonkers. If there were a rarity above Mythic, Ursa would be it. I have to make a deck around him for Commander, obviously, but everyone's gonna hate it, and they're gonna kick all of us out of our play groups. Ursa doesn't even make sense. It's really difficult to give proper analysis when the card is too good and totally absurd. This card is ridiculously broken. Time for our exclusive Modern Horizons preview card. Force of Rage is one of anything in 2 red for an instant. If it's not your turn, you may exile a red card from your hand rather than pay this spell's mana cost. Create 2 3/1 red elemental creature tokens with trample and haste. Sacrifice those tokens at the beginning of your next upkeep. A balanced force cycle is in Modern Horizons, and Force of Rage is coming in hot. Force of Rage is designed for one purpose and one purpose only: to ambush unsuspecting attackers with 3/1 elementals. Ideally, you'll be totally tapped out, and your opponent will think that it's totally safe to swing in with their Exalted Noble Hierarch, Tiny Champion of the Parish, or Super Rude Scavenging Ooze. At worst, Force of Rage whacks the opponent for 6 with 2 hasty 3-power elementals, but this exists to ambush, take down 2 creatures that aren't meant to be blocked, punish your opponent for being cheeky and disrespecting your family, then leading you to victory as it should be. You know what's better than Sneak Attack? Sneak Attack, but for Planeswalkers! Planebound Accomplice is 3 mana for a 1/3 human wizard. You can pay 1 red mana, and you may put a Planeswalker card from your hand onto the battlefield, sacrifice that at the beginning of the next end step. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. There's hope for my boy Venser yet. If you blink whatever you sneak onto the battlefield, it stays, so Kaya Ghost Assassin, Venser, we're gonna make this work somehow. Regardless, hilarious card. If you find ways around the sacrifice trigger, it becomes stupid. Who doesn't want to sneak Garruk Apex Predator onto the battlefield, then just keep him somehow? It's basically the dream. Ayula, Queen Among Bears, is 2 mana for a 2/2 legendary creature bear. Whenever another bear enters the battlefield under your control, choose 1. Put 2+1/+1 counters on target bear, or target bear you control fights target creature you don't control. Yes! Bear Tribal and Commander, it's here! Hot dang! I'm so happy right now. Ayula is the actual dream. Such a genius design. 2 mana for a 2/2, so technically, a bear. Then it comes with 2 sweet, relevant triggers. When other bears enter the battlefield, bears get bigger, or bears fight other creatures. I honestly can't even right now. This is easily one of the coolest tribal commanders we've seen in a while. Bear Tribal. I never actually thought this would happen, but here we are. 2 2s for 2, here I come. Ayula's influence is 3 green for an enchantment. Discard a land card to create a 2/2 bear creature token. This is Seismic Assault, but for bears. It's an interesting card that adds a sub-theme to Ayula in Commander, Casual, or even Modern if you're so inclined. Running a card like Ayula's influence usually means you need to run a land recursion package around it. Think Life from the Loam or Crucible of Worlds. It's possible to add a sub-theme like this into your bear commander deck. Now, I know there's nothing better than swinging in with 2 2s for 2 mana. We all know how true that is, but how about doing that and having some fun behind the scenes? Discard lands, make more bears, trigger Ayula, bring them back with Crucible and Life from the Loam. You can use cards like Sylvan Safekeeper, Splendid Reclamation, Tectonic Edge, Ghost Quarter. Oh yeah, now we're getting somewhere. All right, I'm doing it. Ayula Bear Tribal with a land destruction sub-theme, mono green land dredge bears. Kinda has a ring to it. Mother Bear is 2 mana for a 2/2 bear. Nice. You can pay 5 mana and exile Mother Bear from your graveyard to create 2 2/2 bears. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. Oh, look at the little bears. They're so cute. Who's a cute little bear? Yes, you are. Right. Okay, I keep getting distracted. 2 mana for a 2/2 bear checks out. But then you can exile the mother later from your graveyard to get 2 more bears and more Ayula triggers. It's almost like these 2 cards work together. That'd be weird. Anyways, this bear support makes me feel good on the inside where my heart is supposed to be. The first sliver, okay, you know what, it can't be that bad. The first sliver is 1 of each color for a 7/7 legendary creature sliver with Cascade. Sliver spells you have Cascade? Are you serious? What? Come on, this can't Cascade, but why? Slivers didn't need this. Now they can play the first sliver, cascade into Bone Scythe Sliver, which has Cascade, so that cascades into Harmonic Sliver, which has Cascade, so then that cascades into Crystalline Sliver, which has Cascade, so then that cascades into Gale Rider Sliver. I want to die. This is the end of everything. I feel so cold and alone, and oh god, no. Who doesn't love a new enemy-colored land cycle? Let's see here. So you tap and pay 1 life to add 1 of 2 colors. Okay. Or you can pay 1, tap it, and sacrifice it and draw a card. Wait a minute, that's Horizon Canopy. Wait, they made 5 more Horizon Canopies? What? Why? I mean, I love it, but why? Horizon Canopy is $60 right now, bare minimum, so you can imagine how valuable this new cycle is. These Canopy lands are more than we deserve. I know that many wanted enemy fetches, and don't get me wrong, so did I, but if we're not gonna get them, I will gladly take a cycle cycle like this, because this cycle is now one of the most useful we've ever seen. I know I'm saying that a lot in this video, but it's true, the set's stupid, and these lands have near universal appeal. Drawing cards from your lands gives them value in the late game, dig potential in the early game, and the mana you need all along the way. These will show up in modern decks all over the place. Expect most strategies to run at least a few, never underestimate card draw. These are all going to be staples in Modern, Commander, and we'll see play in Legacy. This set, what in the world is going on here? So this set doesn't make any sense, and all the cards are ridiculous and stupid. Modern Horizons is complete nonsense, and I'm not sure there's anything else I really need to say on the matter. I mean, just look at Ursa, or Ayula, or Sisa, or the First Sliver. These are all the best versions of what they're supposed to be, literally the best versions. There isn't a better artifact godlike commander than Ursa. There isn't a better bear commander than Ayula, even though she's the first, whatever, you get my point. Sisa is the best legendary commander now by far, and the First Sliver is a travesty that should have never been made. Glad we can all agree on that. I have a lot to catch up on with this set, so expect videos coming at you left, right, and center, including some sweet decks. Let me know what you want to see, and I'll do my best to make it happen. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. This video is brought to you in part by TCGplayer.com. Modern Horizons booster boxes are pre-ordering right this second for $210 on TCG Player. Personally, I think that's a ridiculously good price for how much power is in this set. If you don't have a local game store or yours is charging way too much and you want to help the channel out a heckin' bunch, just click the link on the screen. Helps out a lot. You get great service, great prices on boxes, and again, supports the channel. Get them boxes, revel in the nonsense, enjoy!